Hey Aquarius, what's up? I am using the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot deck for this reading. We are starting off with Five of Swords and we have Knight of Cups. All right. Ooh, a Tower on the bottom of the deck. All right, you can have somebody that's reaching out to you, but you cannot feel receptive to this person because you can feel like things are not really like fair, and that you have to like regulate deliberately in order to make sure that things aren't being taken from you. It's like this, okay? If you have somebody that always calls you, and when they call you, they'll kind of like trauma dump on you and be like, this is what's going on, that's what's going on. They don't really ask you any questions about what's going on with you. They kind of want to like force you to listen to what, just an example, force you to listen to whatever it is that they have to say. But then like they're not really there for you, or when you call, they don't pick up, and like they'll like flake on you all the time. It's kind of like you have this understanding that things are not balanced between the two of you, meaning they can be somebody that's more of a taker, and unless you overgive, you can't really maintain the relationship with them because they'll have some sort of issue. So what this means is that it's about being aware of that and not overgiving. And even though this person can be very genuine, that just may be the way that they operate right now, where they're not, I see this person, they can actually be very emotional and kind of high strung, but it seems like there's a lack of self-awareness on their end. And so because of that, it feels like you have to protect your energy. And when I say protect your energy, all I mean is that you are aware of what you're giving and that you do not overgive. That's it. So I don't even know if it's like really accurate to say protect your energy. You know, I just really mean that this is not, you know, some people, it's like okay sometimes to put yourself like on the line for them because you know that they'll always be there and show up for you. This is not that type of person. This is somebody that's not really in that space. And so even though they can be very genuine when they reach out, this can be somebody that there's not that awareness there to know that they are taking too much. And so you have to have very, very, very firm boundaries with them. Otherwise, it's going to be at your expense. See how this person comes through? This is what you have to give. This is what you have to give, but you have to safeguard it with this person because they're coming through in a cups energy. So it means like this person can care about you a lot. Like they genuinely do want to connect with you, but they're not aware enough to know when they are taking too much, which means that that's on you to make sure that you're reinforcing that and saying like, I can only give you like this much time, or like I'm only going to answer the phone like once a day for you, or like we can only talk for 5 minutes, like whatever it is. You just have to be okay. Otherwise you're going to be like, this person is taking advantage of me and this is happening, that's happening, when really it's your responsibility to make sure that you're not over giving, because this person can't just take your energy without you agreeing to that. So it's making sure that you're not agreeing to something that you're not actually okay with. And that's what the Five of Swords is about, is when we do things we're not really okay with what we're doing, and then we're mad at the other person because of it, when really that was on you to understand what your boundaries are. So it's going to be one of those situations. Not every relationship is like that. It's like that with this person. So it can be something where you're becoming aware of that. And the thing is that when you stop over giving and you stop overextending yourself, you can then like feel nice within the dynamic with this person, or at least you're not carrying around those types of feelings anymore. But this takes emotional intelligence for you to understand the role that you play within this, because nobody can take your energy unless you're giving them permission to do so, you know? Like you want to hang up the phone, hang up the phone. Don't be staying on it and then be like, they wasted like 2 hours of my day. It's like you could have hung up the phone. So it's just one of those times where Again, not every relationship is like that, but you have to know what it is with you and this person. You have to be realistic about this. Otherwise, again, it's going to become your problem. It's going to cost you, because you can be like, I want them to show up like this. I want them to show up like that. Like, why can't it be different? You know, but it's not. So it feels like you've seen this pattern enough that you just need to recognize it. And then you're not going to be bothered by this anymore, because it's no longer a problem that you need to solve, because you're no longer overextending yourself. But yeah, I do, the way that this is coming through is that this is not somebody where they're like trying to be evil with you or something like that. I'm not seeing their energy be like that. This just seems like somebody that may be kind of immature and like not really self-aware. And so they are genuinely trying to connect with you. Okay? But that means that you have to be the one to set that, to say like where that line is, because they're not recognizing that. And sometimes it can be uncomfortable to do that, you know, but you have to be willing to assert yourself when it's needed. So yeah, maybe it's asking you to be more assertive. Maybe this person also comes to you for advice too. Like, they can want your advice, they can want your guidance. It's like they come to you when they need to know how to do something. Like, I see you kind of feeling like a coach within the energy, so that can be why this person gravitates towards you. They can feel maybe not in touch with that aspect of their energy. I wonder too if for some of you, you may like see this person as being weak. Like, I'm just throwing that out there, not so anyone like feels weird about me saying that, but more so you understand like who I'm talking about with this. Like, it can be somebody that they just like operate differently from you, but you can specifically like think that there's like a weakness within the way that they carry themselves and the way that they do things. I'm not saying that's a universal truth. I'm saying that can be your perspective at times of this person. I think that, okay, so it's like this. This person, they're in a space, now this is somebody that you know, okay, this is not a new person. They're in a space where it looks like they want like more connections and they want more interactions, where they can be wanting better, like more well-developed relationships within their life right now. But I see them kind of be a beginner at this energetically. And so it can be something where it does not matter how old you are. It does not matter how old this person is. It will feel like you are older within the energy and they are younger within the energy. So it's not going to feel like a peer-to-peer relationship with them. It will kind of be like you feel like the adult and they kind of feel like the teenager within the energy. And they're looking to develop more connections, but you guys are in different places. So they may also not be able to read that either, that they're not like a peer energetically with you as far as this particular thing is concerned. It's like they haven't graduated high school and they're wanting to be in like that same like college, university class that you're taking, but they don't like have the foundational concepts that are needed. But this feels specifically like it has to do with relationship stuff. So it feels like it's important for you to recognize that, to understand that this is why the person is coming through and why you can even see them be reaching out more and more to you. And I think initially you can be like, is this a threat? Like, what do I need to do with this? But then you understand that this person is like well-meaning. You need to have really strong boundaries with them because they do want to connect with you. It just feels like they can't really... It's like if you be running marathons all the time, they're trying to go on a marathon with you, but like their body doesn't know how to do that because they're not trained for it. But it can be like emotionally, it can be socially. So that's it. Just keep that in mind, because then when you see it like that, you're not going to be mad at this person anymore, like feel a type of way towards them, because it's like, are you going to be like mad at a baby for doing something? No, but when you're expecting the baby to be an adult, yes, you're going to feel a type of way because you have those expectations. You have to have accurate expectations of this person, and things will be a lot more smooth, okay? I think that's really the gist of it. Right now, you can be feeling kind of a type of way towards this person. You need to adjust your expectations of them. It's kind of like, you know, could be their first lifetime on earth is kind of the way that it feels sometimes. And you being patient and graceful when it comes to this is going to be important, but you're only going to be able to do that if you're honoring your boundaries. And if you're not honoring your boundaries and you're having unrealistic expectations of this person, it's going to be very easy to get upset with them, and you don't really want to be feeling upset. So you need to make those adjustments mentally so you understand like how to respond to this person when they're approaching you. Because this even seems like if you're like that, you know, things could develop, and then they can get into that place where they're kind of on the same page with you and like at the same level with you. But you have to make sure that you're doing it the correct way. Like, don't be putting too much pressure on them or too much expectation on them that they like don't have the bones for yet or don't have the muscles for yet. Because I do see this person like, I get this sense strongly, like this person can be somebody that continuously like reaches out to you or like tries to connect with you, and you can look at them. I guess something specifically with Five of Swords and King of Wands where you can feel like they are weak, but it's not in general. It feels like it has to do with their fire power. So there, you can maybe look at them and feel like they have a weak Mars, or the way that they express it is kind of weak, because you can have a very developed Mars energy. And so this can be somebody that they just move differently. I'm not saying that this person is weak. I'm saying in comparison to certain things that are developed within you, like you have certain muscles that are developed, okay? They don't have those muscles developed, but they do have other muscles developed. But you're looking specifically at this one like muscle category and seeing the way that they're coming through. This all has to do with energetics with you and this person. So yeah, just like being in that energy, I get this sense that things can develop and be really good with you and this person, but you need to see the relationship as what it is and know that this person is not in the same place as you, okay? But I'm not seeing there be big issues with the relationship. The only time issues are coming up is when you're putting unrealistic expectations on this person, which are coming from you seeing them as being in the same place with you, and they are not, which you should know if you're paying attention and really listening to what's going on with you and this person. And then also if you're like, they should be where I am with this, with that, ties in with the expectations. And then also again, if you are overextending yourself trying to compensate for what you perceive they are lacking to a point where it's crossing a line for you, that's where this is going to come from, okay? So this is about you shaping up and understanding that you can like maintain the connection with this person, but you're going to need to approach it differently, only because it will be frustrating if you don't do it, and you don't have to feel frustrated like this. That's about it. Yeah, you can like get this sense of certain things that they have going on within their energy. Like this can be somebody that I see them having some maybe issues a little bit with their water energy, which means that they can not be tapped into their autonomy. It's going to be Mars related, is the way Mars and Sun related. They cannot express themselves fully. They can still be developing their autonomy, their independence, their initiative. It can be something that they're still in the process of developing, their self-expression. So yeah, that can bother you because you're like, well, if I can do it, why can't they do it? Just don't overextend yourself and don't overgive. Some of you guys, you can actually be putting a pause on this. If you don't like the energy that they're coming through with, because yeah, I was seeing, when I put their energy back, I was seeing the devil, which can mean that they can still be, they cannot be seeing certain things that you see. You can be aware and awake to things that they're not really seeing those things. I feel like this is going to turn into a philosophical discussion. You know, it's like we all have our own paths. We're all figuring out our own journeys. The beauty of being here and us all being different from one another is that we're not all exactly in the same place. But if you're expecting this person to be in the same place as you, you are going to feel upset by the connection. Because it's not going to align with the expectations that you have, and that's why you need to adjust your expectations. But it seems like this person is kind of moving in a similar direction as you. But yeah, if you feel like they're kind of on your tail a bit too much, can be like, back off a little bit. Maybe tell them that. Only if it feels like they're getting in the way of what you're trying to do. Yeah. It seems too like underneath it all, you and this person, you actually can share a lot of values, but they may not be in a place where it's aligned. Like their actions may not fully be aligned with their values yet, and that's why you can also have a misalignment with them and feel a type of way towards them at times. They can be not developed within their water energy. So there can be an over dependency, like an issue that has to do with their relationships, like how they relate to people and also how they show up within their relationships. And there can be something about the way that they can feel like they need other people because they haven't like found that connection within themselves yet. Because there's a difference between being in a relationship with somebody because you want to be versus being in a relationship with somebody because you feel like you need to be because you have that codependency. And there may be something with a codependency that you see with them, and your energy can be different. You're coming out as a King of Wands. Your energy is very different than a Shadow Knight of Cups energy, which that's what I'm seeing their energy come out as. So because of that, it can be something where you're like, I already learned that lesson. Like, I already know about it. Like, what are they not getting? But they're in a different place than you. So yeah. All right, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting and tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.